How's it going, everybody? You're one person. Welcome to live stream. I got this new tripod thing for my phone, so hopefully it at least helps. And I got this like microphone hooked up to it. I don't know if you can even hear me. Check. Oh, let's see. You can hear me? Okay, cool. Well, then I'm not going to worry about it. Just going to have to reset this up somehow. I don't use this microphone for anything anymore. So alright, is audio still good? Hoping at least. Testing. Okay, cool. Now I can mute this. And now we are officially live streaming with my new little tripod thing and my microphone attached. I don't really have a way I can show you what it looks like, but I'm gonna move you a little bit. So yeah, today was pretty cool. I'm working on the video right now. We did like a Saturday cruise, and there's probably like 11 or 12 Miatas there, NC specifically. So that's pretty cool. Just took it on some back roads. It's pretty awesome. I'm sorry this is like not Saturday morning, it's not Friday evening, but I did a poll and everyone said they wanted a meet video instead of a live stream, which makes sense because obviously that content is better. But I thought, why not just live stream later? Because I really want to do the live streams once a week, just so if anyone has any questions or anything, they can always ask, or we can talk about whatever. So I figured I'd just do the live stream a little bit later on Saturday, and I'll have a meet video up hopefully tonight. It shouldn't be really long, but it should be up hopefully tonight. And hopefully you guys like it. It's pretty cool. I think it. Thanks, man. Yeah, I'm using I had a shotgun microphone that I used for my camera all the time, but I tried to modify it because it broke, and it just broke even further because it's pretty old. So I figured I'd just use it as a little live streaming mic. I need to get a new one. I want to get another Rode because audio is good and everything. Like luckily the Sony A7 is okay with audio, but I feel like there's a lot more that it could capture. Turn you guys off. Sorry. Not you guys, but these chat messages that I'm getting. I hope everyone's Saturdays are going well so far. If you're amped up for the Super Bowl tomorrow, then that's exciting too. If you can tell, my team's not in the Super Bowl tomorrow, so I don't care that much, but it is kind of fun. I'm wondering if I can just I want to start working on the video right now, and I guess I could live stream while I work on the video. I just don't know if it'd be distracting or not. Shouldn't be too distracting. You just might hear things. Actually, you know, it's gonna be pretty annoying. So I'll just live stream, and I'll work on the video after the live stream. So, because you're gonna hear me talking while I'm talking here. It's been a long day, though. That's for sure. Also, has anybody been watching the Grand Tour Season 3? Pretty good. The first episode is pretty fun. I've been watching it since like season 1. I've really liked it. So I think season 3 is off to a great start. The first episode was really enjoyable, and then the Columbia special was the 2 episodes. It was really good. Couldn't even get past episode of the first season. I don't know why I like Top Gear too much. Yeah, Top Gear's really good, and they had a really good, like, their formula for that show is really good. And I guess that's I think the argument for that is like neither shows work anymore for some people, at least, because it's like the guys are one part of the show and then the show is the other part. So when they stuck the new people on the Top Gear show, it failed. Some people don't like Grand Tour that much. I think it's pretty good, but just my opinion. How's it going, Den Racer? Yeah, Chris Harris is really good. He was great on YouTube. I think part of the issue was they didn't utilize him very well. Like, because they took him off. He was on the Drive show, I think, or on like NBC Sports or whatever. They took him in the first season of Top Gear, of new Top Gear. They like barely had him even in it. And it's like, why would you not put a host that's been doing it for a while? Why would you not just make them one of the hosts? And everyone apparently hated that one guy. What was his name? Is it Chris Evans? But not Chris Evans, right? I can't even remember what his name was. Yeah, it was. He like only made it one season. Matt LeBlanc is good. He was kind of surprising that he kind of came out of the woodwork and does a pretty good job. It is a little weird that they have like an American doing it, but I mean, I guess it's not that big of a deal. I'll be right back. Give me 1 second. Ugh. So I'm gonna work on a little bit of photo stuff. I took some kind of cool photos today of the cars. And, oh gosh, I'm gonna have to mess this up, aren't I? Sorry. Alright, that's pretty good. Should be good. All is well. He does love cars and races. Yes, that's very true. He does. I guess when it comes to Top Gear, that's really all that matters, so good for him, I guess. I do think it's funny how badly the History Channel failed their Top Gear. Like, they had a pretty good formula too, and just kind of messed it up, if you ask me. So I haven't quite figured out now that I'm thinking about it. Basically, like with these live streams and everything, I've done them on Fridays, Saturday mornings, and now Saturday evenings. So I'm curious to see. Right now, we've kind of had like the most people join right at the beginning, which is cool because it starts it off pretty quick, and I don't have to just sit here and wait. Last Saturday morning was not. I think we only lasted like 30 minutes or something like that. But it's not that I'm upset about that or anything. I just want to make sure that you guys, like people who want to join, because there's some people who have joined week in and week out now, and I really appreciate that. Like, that's part of the reason why I want to keep doing it. So I just want to make sure that everyone can join that wants to join. That's really it. So. Setup, I've been looking for wheels. I've been having a hard time finding ones that I want to get. But basically on the front, I'm going to run ideally, I want a 17 by 8 on the front. And in the rear, I want a 17. If I can find a 17 by 10, that would be awesome. It's hard to find that size unless you want to do like an 18, which I'm not opposed to. I've been doing a little research. I know I said I didn't want to do 18s. I still kind of don't, but looking at it now, it probably wouldn't be that big of a deal. So at least a 10-inch wide wheel in the rear because it'll fit, and then I'll do like an 8 in the front. Do I auto X? I have before with my old car, and I took the ND on an auto X course too. But I haven't done it in my car yet. We were actually talking about it a lot today at the meet and everything, and there's a lot of people who are interested in it, and they just haven't done it yet. Like I've always been interested in it, but I just haven't. I haven't done it yet. I don't really know why. I guess I'll have to try to do that soon. You think 18 is a little too big? Well, yeah, that's the thing. Is like 18s do look a little big, but there's quite a few people that have run them. It's just basically it comes down to size. There's not a lot of like. I mean, unless you have like a drag wheel or something, there's not a lot of 16, 17-inch size wheels that are that wide. You can find 17 by 8 all day. It's just the rear that I'm having trouble finding. Because I'm trying not to order a brand new set of wheels. Like I could probably get the size that I need to with a new set of wheels, but I just haven't. I'm trying to find something local that I can test fit and know that it's going to be perfect. Do you end up getting new tires, or would you use old ones? I'd probably have to get new tires, which isn't a huge deal. I'd probably just go with the Indy 500 Firestone again because they're pretty inexpensive and they've lasted a good amount of time, and I have no problem with them or anything like that. So I'm throwing garbage at freeway. Yeah, that's rough. That's happened to me before. I've hit a tire in the road once, and it just destroyed my front bumper. And then obviously, if you followed along that accident, my bumper is still messed up. Waiting on the new one. It should be here February 6th, I think, is when it should be here. So I'm just trying not to think about it. I know it's ridiculous, and I'm sure most of you guys think it's ridiculous too, but I'm just trying not to think about it because I've already bought it. My money's gone. I have the new bumper, and it's on the way. So not a big deal. That insurance company did finally call me, though. They called me on, what was it, Wednesday? They called me at like 9 o'clock at night. And it's California time there, so it's 7, but still, they called me at like 9 o'clock at night. They didn't leave a voicemail or anything, so I don't know what they wanted, but I didn't answer. I didn't know it was them either. Trying to get 17 by 9 to look good on the car. Oh, yeah. 17 by 9 is a good size. I know quite a few people that run like a 17 by 9, 17 by 8. It's what I wish I would have gone with the first time, but it's not a big deal. You know, I'm getting new stuff anyways. Once I get new wheels, it's kind of like the last wheel. That's why I'm trying to find like the perfect ones because I don't want to get new ones again. So you maybe your RX live stream it. Yeah, I'll definitely make a video when I do it. I'll probably embarrass myself a little bit because I haven't ever done anything like that. But yeah, of course, anything I do with the car, basically, I make a video on it. You guys really aren't missing anything. I'm always doing a video. I don't like make a video every time I wash my car or anything like that. But yeah, I pretty much share everything. So if the way I've been thinking about it lately is like, if anyone remembers the forum days, like when forums were huge before Facebook kind of took over everything, the way I've been sort of logging my videos and making them is obviously I make them for everyone because I hope you like learn something or like watching them. But in, you know, like 5 years or something, and I for some reason I don't have the car anymore, I can always go back and look, and I have like an entire log of everything I ever did to the car. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm pretty excited too once ever I get my new wheels and stuff. So it's definitely exciting. It really changes like the entire car. It's awesome. Everybody inspect me out. You can get free or chest. Don't, unfortunately. I don't know anyone doing that. Maybe like the Crescent Motorsport Ranch guys, but I'm not sure otherwise. I'm just editing photos right now, so I'm checking now if anyone's talking. I won't miss it, don't worry. I'm trying to make thumbnails for the meat video. It's always fun making thumbnails. Will you be getting bucket seats someday in the future? Yes, definitely. I want to get the Corbeau Forza seats. I want to get two and just call it good. Those are pretty like entry level kind of seats. So it'd be good to have those, definitely. I think bucket seats just look really good too. And I have a rip. I sewed it up, but I have a pretty big tear in my driver's side seat. We begin. Oh, it's the same thing. Never mind. I'm sorry. I'm getting like notifications from a bunch of other crap at the same time. Which one is better? Number one, which is this one. Number two. I think number two is better. It's hard for you guys to see. I'm sorry, but you like a high angle or a low angle? I don't know. I guess I'll just do both, but I kind of like the lower angle. I don't like the big flower pot in the way. It's kind of weird, but amazes me how low quality the Class C's and NCR. Short period of time. Yeah, we talked about that today too with the other NC people. Is everyone's cushioning kind of like the driver's side bolster right by the door starts to get really squishy, which is what happened to mine. And then what happened was it had a rip in it from the day that I got it, like a little rip. It just got worse, and then one day I have like my keys on my belt. One day one of my keys got in the rip, and I got out of the car and just shredded it up the side. So luckily I know a little bit about sewing, and I sewed it up to where it looks like you can tell it's sewed up, but at least it's not like a gaping hole or anything. Deciding if I should change my seat or get a bigger car. I mean, that's a really hard decision to make. You can get a bigger seat and you'll be fine. But if the seat, I don't know, if you're thinking about getting a different car, then you should definitely at least look. Because Miatas are great, but if you're like a bigger guy or girl or whatever, and the car doesn't fit you, it's just going to be uncomfortable. So I would definitely look at a seat first. Go to like a shop that has seats and just test them out so you can figure out like what waist size you need and everything like that. Um, but it's probably cheaper to get a new seat than get a new car. So do what works best for you though, is what I would say. Yeah, rip. Let's drive with Miata Clever, just people you know. So in DF, there's actually a few clubs. There's the Lone Star Miata Club, um, and Metroplex Miatas. So it was kind of a combination of everything. I'm not really part of any clubs because while they are cool and they're fun and everything, the car scene here is just so big that it's like you don't need to be part of a club to enjoy cars or anything like that. So there was a club there, but it was not part of it wasn't a club sponsored event. But there were people that I knew. I met a lot of new people today too, which was really cool. There's always new people to meet when it comes to the Miata stuff. It's pretty fun. How's your Dynatronic tune? It's good. I definitely still enjoy it. There's not really anything else to do to it at this point. I talked about that today in my video, how like now that it's done, like today was like kind of the first day that I got to really like drive the car really hard, and like the auto blip shift and everything, and like, or the downshifting. Man, it's awesome. I'm so glad that I did it. It really is pretty worth it for the. You don't really pay. It's not a ton of money, but it really is worth it, and I'm super happy that it's done. And yeah, so it's awesome. Dinotronics tune is awesome. Looking other cars around 8K, man, that stands out. I mean, it's a pretty good car. For $8,000, I don't really know what else you could get. I'm looking at my wall of Hot Wheels to see if there's an $8,000 car on there. Maybe like a Mustang GT, like an older one. If you just want to go fast, I mean, I guess you could do that. I mean, there's cars you get. You could probably find like a 3 Series BMW or something like that. You could always get, I don't know. It really depends on what you want. E46 are cool, but I think the E36 is a lot cooler. But that's just my opinion. I like the boxy look, like the 90s boxy look. I like that a lot more. I love like the brick headlights and everything. Yeah, I mean, with most of those like German cars, it's definitely something you need to think about. People always say like it's a joke, but I mean, it's kind of not a joke as well. My lights just turned on back there. I'm growing like a bunch of peppers, and I started the peppers off recently, so now I have like this light and everything that turns on at, I guess, 9:19 at night is when it turns on. Sticking with Japanese, always a safe choice. Yeah, it's. I mean, Japanese motors are pretty good. Inline six motors are awesome. That is true as well, though. The BMW inline six motor is a really good motor, and I mean, if you're, but that I guess that goes with any car really. Is like if you're buying a car from the '90s, that's a 20-year-old car now, 25 years old, something like that, depending on what year. Um, I mean, stuff's gonna go wrong regardless, so you just gotta kind of roll with it, I guess. Trade NC for another new NC. That'd be good too. I've actually kind of thought about that, but also it'd be a little pointless, and I don't know. It depends. I guess if like my Miata got really high up, like mileage, then maybe I'd look for another thing and just like rip everything off of it that I could and just it'd be really fun to have a day of transplanting every single part over to the new one and like watching it transform that fast. That'd be really cool. Mine keeps getting water inside, not sure where it's coming from. You gotta clear out your rain rails. It's probably coming in through the back, soaking down into the carpet. So you get a trombone brush, and should clear it out just fine. So you have an NB. That's really cool, man. Like, just to say that you watch my videos and like join my live streams even though you have an NB Miata, that's really cool. There's quite a few people that are like, oh, NCs are dumb. They're boats. They're big. And I know they're bigger than the other Miatas, but I mean, all cars have gotten bigger. That's just the way it goes. Let's see, a pink problem. I have a wrong transmission. I regret it. Why do you regret it though? If you have the power retracting hardtop, then I'm gonna guess that your paint is faded on your power retracting hardtop. Silica guy has an NB though. Yeah, it's. I mean, at the car meet today, we had a couple power retracting hardtop guys there, and basically both of them had the peeling paint or faded paint on the power retracting hardtop. So I don't know if it's a Mazda thing or what, but put me out of Facebook group. NC is not. If I were gonna get a Miata to do a 2.5 swap, I would just get an NC1 because they're cheaper and the motor's likely already messed up and they have high mileage. So, and then you could just do like front clip swaps or whatever you want to do, like new bumpers, and I mean it's all the same car. And if you do a motor swap, it really is the same car. Yeah, I mean, it's like I'll post on Reddit sometimes my car, and people always end up saying it's a lot, like they're a little more excited to like look at it, I guess, but they're still like, oh, it's a boat. Like if you lined up our cars next to each other, the size isn't different. They just weigh different. The engine's bigger, The parts are a little, like, everything's bigger. The suspension parts are bigger. Um, there's a dual exhaust or a dual exhaust muffler. Like, of course it's gonna weigh more. I mean, the NC's size is great for daily driving. It's a good sized car. I mean, you can fit in it. It's got creature comforts, heated seats, and stuff like that. Like, I think it's a pretty good sized car if you ask me, but probably stay on for like 15 more minutes. Just about an hour. Oh man, my back hurts for some reason. Is it lagging for anyone else? Is it buffering over and over? Just let me know. You have a limited slip diff on your NC. I don't. I have an open diff, and it's really annoying sometimes. I'm looking for like, well, I'm not actively looking, but I've been searching for like junkyard Miatas to see if I can find like a diff or something. Because it would be nice, but people are crazy calling it a boat with a smaller. New cars, nothing. Unless you have like, I don't know, that little like a key car, but we don't have key cars here. I mean, a Mini Coupe. The Mini Coopers have gotten huge. No one says anything about that. But I mean, people do say stuff about that. But I mean, I think the ND is smaller now too. The ND might be a little bit smaller. I know it weighs less, but I just drive it to Beyond Meat. So probably like 30 minutes going my way. There's like, I think everyone went back the same way though. So it's probably like an hour drive, but mine was about 30 minutes. Scared auto train would be great enough to do it. I mean, the auto train, you should try to look into a tune or something then. You guys are just now seeing the buffering thing? It's really behind then. I'm sorry. I'm doing my best to answer everyone's questions. But if it's like buffering that bad, then it's really behind. Because if you guys just responded to that, I said that like a little bit ago. Stock OSD on all Australian NCs. That's pretty cool. Yeah, in America we have like, at least on most cars, like if you get a lower